You guess it, we got another upset customer at the shop. I'm gonna let you guys know what happened with this one. Also want to touch on, people keep asking about $50 silver. Are people gonna buy it? Are people gonna sell it? I'm gonna try to answer that question as best as I can, folks, because I really don't know yet. So please, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for all the ones who have subscribed already. Cannot do this without you. Thank you so much. Let's just get into the video right now. This morning, customer walks in with approximately about 150 piece dollars. He had them about the shape that you're seeing on your screen. Very fine, very good, whatever you want to call the grade. I'm not an expert grader at all. So I'm looking around online, and I'm seeing different prices, of course. And so we offered him, $28.50 a piece. The problem, it was really not a problem. The deal was they were all 1922s. Either D, S, mint marks. There was nothing really fancy in the whole bag. They were all 1922s. Not 23s, not 124, all 1922s. Which is fine. Common date. Okay? We offered him that price. He went nuts. $28.50 a piece. That's what we offered him. And he did ask. He said, well, what are you going to try to sell them for? The girl told him, we're going to try to get 31 bucks out of them. He says, well, you're going to make all kinds of money off of me. And she was trying to explain to him, hey, look, we don't know what the silver market's going to do. If silver keeps dropping, we're going to come down. We need to have some excess backside of on the backside. We're actually offering you more than melt value. Well, he started telling her off. I'm in the earshot. Of course, I had to throw my 2 cents into it. And I said, sir, this is the price we can pay. She's offering you a fair price. I said, luckily you got her, because I probably would have offered you a quarter less for what she's offering you to get things going. I said, she's offering you a very fair price. I said, we're not paying no more. That's it. And he started, not really swearing at us. He said, you're ripping me off, blah, blah, blah. I paid XYZ for this, and I'm not even getting my money back. So I said, okay, when did you buy your peace dollars? He says, I bought them back in March of 2023. I said, well, there's your issue right there. I said, 90% silver went to the roof. I said, how much did you pay? He says, I paid $33 each. I says, well, I can't pay you $33 if we're going to sell them for $31. He said, well, can't you pay $30? I said, no. He said, can't you pay $30? I said, no. I told him no again. I said, this is our price. I says, look, I'm trying to be nice. I said, you can venture out into the market. Go to this coin shop. Go to that coin shop. Try to sell them on eBay. I said, you might be getting a little bit more on eBay. But I said, here's the problem with that. Yeah, you gotta pay shipping. Yeah, you can charge the customer to ship it. You can group them lots in 5. Try to get 29, 31 bucks. I said, but then there's gonna be a 13% fee on top of that. Then you gotta worry about it getting there and not getting lost in the mail. So he's going back and forth. He's trying to get more. I'm like, we're not paying anymore. I said, but I'll tell you one thing. I said, if you don't want to take the offer now, which is fine, you don't have to. I said, but if you walk out that door now, you come back later because the other coin shops are not going to pay more than what we're offering you. I'll come down a quarter. I said, so that's the chance you're going to take. I said, I'm not trying to be rude. I said, this is how it's going to be. I said, because we are offering you a very fair price at this time. He basically told me go myself. I didn't even say the word. I bleeped it out, folks. And he says, I'm going to let everybody know you guys are a bunch of scam artists, blah, blah. You don't want to. So go right ahead. He says, go right ahead. I said, and for that, just don't come back. Folks, we don't try to rip people off at the shop. We just don't try to. I mean, we don't take advantage of anybody at the shop. We offer a fair offer. People don't want it. People don't know what silver and gold is supposed to be meant for. Then they shouldn't be stacking silver and gold. End of story. I mean, that's, some people get into this market and thinking they're going to get rich overnight or rich in 2 years from now. It's just not going to work. It's not going to work like that, in my opinion. Now, yeah, you're worried about fiat dollars. Again, we have to try to get our mind out of the fiat dollar. What if everything was priced in grams at the store? In silver grams. Let's just talk about silver right now. If everything was priced in grams, that would make it a little bit easier on some people. The ones who stack. And we could get to that point, folks. I'm not saying we're going there tomorrow, 3 years from now. I'm not saying that. But silver and gold are for the long-term hold. You guys have heard me say that over and over and over again. And when people just don't want to, take the education, then you can't help everybody. You just can't help everybody. I released a video yesterday where I talked about that story about the eBay person. And, I'm not going to get into the story again today, but people want to blame me that I took advantage. I should be educating her. First of all, I didn't know it was a her until afterwards, until I got the mail and the thing. And it don't matter what sex you are. If you're going to sell on eBay, you better know what you're selling. That's it. Don't come crying after you sold it. After you ship it, don't come crying. I'm not the eBay police. I made an offer. She took it. Case closed. So if you're going to sell on eBay, you best well know what you're selling. And that's what it is. Now, you come into a coin shop, and this is how I tell people. If you're going to leave it to somebody in your family, after you pass on, have some kind of file, whether it is a hard copy file in your safe, wherever you keep your silver and gold. Get business cards from the local coin shops, folks. Get PIMAC's 1-800 number listed there as well. And have some kind of value of what your stuff is worth. Every 3-6 months, update the value chart, folks. That way, your person who you leave it to does not get ripped off at the coin shop. Because I've had many times where people tell me, they come in with a stack, they know me in a shoebox, all right, or some cardboard box. I know this is worth something, but I don't know how much. Normally what I tell people is, I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that. Some coin shops will take advantage of that situation. Don't leave your relatives, your friends in that situation. Take the time, even if you got to handwrite it, even if you don't know how to use WordSpread, whatever. If you know how to use a computer, write a spreadsheet, folks. That way, and you can update that, like I said, you can update that for down the road. If you're going to leave it to family, friends, after you so-called pass on. See it too many times. And sometimes, when they bring a big cardboard box in, it takes time for us to go through that because we don't know exactly what's in that box. Alright, we see a tube of Naples maybe, a tube of Eagles, a tube of something else, some junk silver, some bars, some rounds, whatever the person had. And don't ever say you got more at home. Put that in the list too. Don't ever say you got more at home. Speaking about all this, do your due diligence when you're buying. Do your due diligence when you're selling. Like the guy with the dimes. He comes in today, he says, I'm not selling today. The price is a little bit down. I'm not selling today. Okay, fine. No problem. We had someone come in today with $50 with dimes, wanted to sell them. Needed some cash. So that, Play the market when you're selling, too, folks. Especially when you need them. If you don't quite need the money right then and there, and you know you're going to need the money eventually, like this guy with the house, cost average out. Just like you cost average when you stack. That's all. It's not rocket sciences. It's really not. I'm always here for you folks. Check out channel sponsor Pinbacks.com. They're going to be there for you too. Michael and Brian are awesome. The owners of Pinbacks. Call them up. If you got questions. If you're looking to buy. You're looking to sell. Call them up. Let them know that Coin Shop Chris sent you. No, I don't make a commission off that. It's just all that's for is for bigger giveaways later in the programs. As we move forward months ahead. That's all that's for. Now I want to address some comments about $50 silver. Are people going to buy it at $50? Well, look. Earlier today, gold in the futures market. Depending what futures market you're looking into. Okay? I look at the next one's coming due. Gold almost hit $3,100 an ounce. People are still buying gold today. Yes, at $50 an ounce, people will be getting silver at $50 an ounce. There's going to be some mass, I think there'll be some selling too at $50 an ounce. But again, what are you going to do with the fiat? Just because $50 is not some magical number here. It's really not a magical number. It's a hot number for a lot of people. Because it's got there twice. In 2011, from the financial crisis, in 1980 from the Hunt brothers. Those two situations are a little bit different when we are in right now. Do we think we're in a depression now? Some people say yes, some people say no. I'll let that be up to you. If you think we're in a depression now. Look, I'm still stacking, folks. I'm cost averaging. Everybody should be cost averaging their stack. People get mad when I say that. Some people get mad when I say that. Oh, you're giving bad information out. What's the better information then? Nobody can time the market. I can make a prediction of what the spring forecast is or coming up the summer. Yeah, I'll release my summer forecast when we get closer to summer. But, that's all that is. It's just a forecast. And I try my best to try to keep it where I think it's going to be. So far, in the springtime, we just started spring. I'm right in the two zones of what I said. If you folks have any questions, you guys know my email is always in the description of every single video. Reach out to me. I'm happy to help you. We're going to keep pushing forward. We're going to try to help as many people as possible. That's what Pinbacks is there for too. To help you guys too. Help you ladies out. If you don't know something, ask. Don't think any questions are stupid question, dumb question. Because if you don't know, then no questions should be that way. Sometimes people get called experts. And I really don't like that term on any subject matter. Just because nobody knows everything. And I'll tell you a quick story. I was at the coin show one day back in Maine. And this so-called expert came and talked to the coin show. Didn't need no special ticket. He just showed up and he wanted whoever was there was interested. So I went in to listen to him talk for about 45 minutes. This guy knew a lot, okay? The guy knew a lot. So I just asked him afterwards. I just pulled a coin out of my behind. And I basically asked him, how many mintage was this coin? He says, how am I supposed to know that? I said, you stood up on stage and saying how much you were an expert in coins. If you're an expert in coins, you should know that on top of your head. Not have to look in the coin book. Look, guys, I don't know what every year minted was made for every coin. Maybe that's a bad example, but really, if someone calls himself an expert, they should know a lot more than this guy did. Look, the experts get it wrong. I get it wrong sometimes. We all get it wrong sometimes. Again, nobody knows where the market's going to go from one day to the next, from 1 month to the next. We can predict, and that's all it is. It's an educated guess. Sometimes some people don't have an educated guess. They're just throwing out a big number. Do I think silver's going to go to $500 an ounce? $1,000 an ounce? It could. But realistically, I don't see it, to be honest with you, anytime soon. Now, could I be wrong? Absolutely. But I'm not seeing any signs that, do I see $100 in the near future? Yeah. Could $100 happen technically this year? Probably not. Where do I see silver at by the end of the year? $60, folks. Where do I see gold at the end of the year? Between 4,000 and 5,000. That's not unreasonable to expect these numbers. But again, it's just a guessing game. You know, if you don't, I'll leave you guys with this. If you don't need to sell, don't panic sell. Cost average your stacks. That's all. That's how simple it should be. Don't worry about day-to-day price action where it drops this much or goes up this much and you think you're going to go run into, oh, it silver's up $1.50 an ounce. I got to run to the coin shop and go get it right now. It backs off, folks. It goes up. Play the market. And no, again, nobody can time the market. Thank you for watching. Coin Shop Chris is now out.